Preferred Popcorn started around 1996 in Chapman, Nebraska. And there was a group of farmers that went together and bought this abandoned popcorn company and decided they wanted to do some great things with it. And so they bought that company and started growing popcorn and shipping popcorn around the world. And then in 2010, they purchased a plant here in Indiana, which was formerly Preston Farms. It started out as Ghetto Finger Popcorn in the late 1930s. So it's been an Indiana-based company for years and years. Since that time, we've expanded more than 4 times with the number of acres that we grow. Last year, we produced over 70 million pounds of popcorn through this plant. So one 50,000 pound unit of popcorn will produce over 200,000 movie servings. So when you think if we're shipping 70 million pounds, that's a lot of movie popcorn servings. Preferred Popcorn specializes in mushroom corns as well as high expansion butterfly corns. So you'll see our popcorns in the movie theaters all over the world, and you will see our mushroom corns where they're using a caramel coating or a covering on it. That is very popular in Mexico and all of Asia. Asia sees the round balls that the mushroom makes as being a sign of good luck. The mushroom corns have become very popular, something that has increased, almost doubled every year for the last 5 or 6 years. Popcorn tassels are shaped like an umbrella, where field corn tassels are more erect. That's about the only way to tell it apart. And the ear size now, with some of the newer popcorn varieties, even at harvest driving down the road, it's hard to tell. So we work with a lot of seed companies to develop new varieties that pop higher expansions, which gets you more servings and a tender flake, plus the new mushroom kernels that make more of a ball. That's what we're looking for, is a perfect round ball. So we work with farmers all over several states. And out of the Indiana location here, I contract in 6 different states with 40 different farmers. So in Indiana, we grow from Evansville to LaGrange, Indiana. We grow a lot around here in Harrison County, as well as near in the Columbus area. We have a lot of irrigated acres and good farmer friends up there. So I contract with the farmers in February and March to grow the number of acres that we need in the varieties. Then they will either harvest it in September, October, or some will store it and deliver it later. They'll harvest it. But it comes in here and we condition it, because the moisture is what makes the kernels of corn pop, is maintaining that precise level of moisture in the kernels. Then we test it and bring it in and ship it out as the orders come in. We're about 2/3 export out of this plant and 1/3 domestic use. We're fortunate here by being close to Louisville, Kentucky, that the NS and other rail lines are close here. So we can put containers on the rail in Louisville, and they'll either go to LA, Charleston, Norfolk, depending on what steamship line they're going out on. So within about 3 weeks, that load of corn will show up at a port in Dubai. Every bag that leaves this facility has a lot number on it, and that will transpire back to a grain bin of corn that it came from. When our farmers deliver corn in here in the fall or in the spring, that's identified as that corn going into that bin. For our processing logs and our traceability, we can trace any 50-pound bag of popcorn that leaves our plant right back to the farmer that grew it. Most all of our bags that we use here are glue bags. There's 4 layers, 3 layers of paper and 1 layer of plastic in the middle. That retains the moisture, so it's virtually airtight. After the bag is filled, it goes through a heat chamber. It folds the bag over and seals it up, and it'll print on there the lot number, the expiration date, the time that it was bagged, so we can trace it back to whoever employee was running the line at that time. In Indiana, there's about 60,000 acres of popcorn planted. Indiana and Nebraska are the 2 #1 states for popcorn. We each grow about 60,000 acres, and the other states around then, because of our plants here, produce the balance of it. It's a non-GMO product. 100% of all popcorn is non-GMO. And because of our exports, I don't see that changing, and I really hope that it doesn't, because over half of the popcorn that's raised in the United States is exported to other countries. I've been a lifelong Farm Bureau member, but to be able to have our popcorn served at the Indiana State Fair, that just makes me feel good all over. I'm Brian Churchill, and I've found my voice with the Indiana Farm Bureau.